Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper 1. Today I'm going to talk about your emergency response bag. This is a bag that is definitely not your bug out bag, it's not your get home bag, it's not a tactical bag, it's not a first aid bag, it's an emergency response bag. Picture this, 2:37 in the morning this morning and you're sound asleep in bed and either the weather radio goes off or a buddy calls you on the phone and there's been a disaster. This could be a tornado. It could be a major earthquake. It could be a huge wildland fire that's threatening a friend's property. This is a bag that you're going to grab. Now, depending what the problem is, you might grab additional bags, but this is the basic bag that you need to have packed. What I'm trying to get you to do is pack this bag now because there's some basic things you're going to need. If you don't have those things and you have to start rooting through, you got to pull stuff out of a bug out bag, you got to pull stuff out of a get home bag. To put all this stuff together, you could spend 10 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe even an hour before you're ready to go. So you need a bag. So this bag is not a bag that you're going to be taking things out of. I've learned the hard way over many years of prepping. What goes in the bag stays in the bag. Don't touch it because you'll pull it out, you'll forget to replace it, and when you do need it, it's like, oh man, it's not in there. So put everything in there and don't worry about it. So 2:37 in the morning, you get the phone call. You jump out of bed. Are you going to be prepared, or is it going to take you an hour to go to the help and aid other people or aid your community? Let's look at my bag. The purpose of this bag is to be a total bag designed to help you. This bag is not a first aid kit to help other people. This is your stuff to keep you going. If you get on a scene of a fire emergency in the sense of a large wildland fire, tornado, earthquake, or whatever the disaster is, there's probably going to be rescue personnel, police officers, fire department personnel there. If you're in there trying to help them, they're going to like that. But if you're not properly dressed, or if you don't have personal protective equipment, they're going to ask you to leave. They would ask anyone to leave, even if you were a fireman and got there, and you're not going to protect yourself. They're going to say, hey, go get some gear, go get something. So by having something that's going to protect you, also it looks like you know what you're doing. You're going to have a lot less of the chance of them saying, hey, leave the scene. If you have some things on, first of all is a hard hat. Very important. If you've ever been hit by a hose coming off the back of a fire truck, just the end of the hose, the brass fitting, and you don't have a helmet on, it could knock you out. So this is definitely something you're going to need. This is a BSA helmet. They range in price anything from $10 to $15. If you're going to buy one that's adjustable. As you can hear that clicking, that is actually turning the side instantaneously. There's another model that has little holes, you got to push them in. It's a pain in the neck. This is quick and adjustable. A light, it does not have to be a very expensive light like this one. You could use just the regular light and clip it to your helmet. What you're going to do is definitely clip it, because if you don't, this is going to pop off a million times during whatever operation you're doing, and this will keep it on. Another good SOP to have is one of these zip ties. Go ahead and make it so you can slide in a chem light. So if you have a problem at night, leave that there, crack it, do your search and rescue, do whatever you're going to do, and this will give people, they'll know that you're there. Plus, it's safety. If they're operating equipment, you're going to be seen. If you fall down and get hurt, there's still a light on, so we can find you quicker. Helmet's a must. With that helmet on, you might be able to stay on a scene longer because they think maybe you're a legitimate search and rescue person. Also, a safety vest. During a scene of anything, there's a lot of moving parts. You got to be able to be seen. Even the fire department, if you get on a scene and you don't have turnout gear, you better find you a vest, a safety vest. This one is a German vest. The nice thing about this is the way it's designed. It's a very unique pattern. So you can clearly see, totally adjustable. We have gone with this for our community group. That way, if we're out doing anything with a lot of other personnel and you see this pattern of reflective, you know, hey, that's one of our people. Helps us identify them. Plus, this will keep you from getting hit. In the nighttime, and there's a lot of moving parts, you could get killed on any type of scene. Safety vest, helmet a must. Then you're talking clothes. Long pants, definitely a cotton long shirt if you're going after a wildland fire trying to protect it. Now, I'm not saying we're going to take this equipment and go fight a roaring wildland fire like the professionals do. Definitely not. What we're going to do is do defense. We might go to a prepper's house or even anyone in the community and put a quick fire line in. There's a lot of times when firefighters are stretched to the limit and there's homes that are not protected at all. So as our community group is developing our plan, we want to be able to protect preppers' houses, and then if we have the time available, go protect general communities' homes. Go in there and help mitigate, lessen the impact of that fire on their house. If you're in an area that could start on fire and you could get seriously burned, don't have this on. Just because it's a plastic synthetic material, we don't want this burning to our skin. So you have to weigh the options of the danger of that compared to the danger of getting run over by equipment. We definitely want to have a radio. I love a lot of people pronounce them Waxons. They're really, I think, pronounced Oshans. But even the Beifeng radio is a great radio. I love a radio that can have 2 channels on at the same time. That way, if you're a prepper group or a neighborhood group, you can have your channel on so you can talk to your personnel, and then you can have your local fire department so you can hear what they're doing. It will really help you. For me, this is really the only time I like a mic. I don't like a mic, any tactical operations, definitely not. But I like this because if it's on my side, I can clip it near my ear. As we get older, we lose our hearing. This will let me hear it better, especially if I'm around equipment or a lot of noise. I might not be able to hear that radio. I definitely want to hear the radio. The radio is your lifeline to get people to help you or you to go to help them. Next is a bag, and this could be a small backpack bag. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. This stuff is your equipment. I have a flashlight. Yes, I got a light on the helmet, but a flashlight is definitely important. Basically, you got a few pockets. The outer pockets are water. Water's gonna be very important. I'm hoping that I would get resupply if I was out there for a while, and I probably would. Either a prepper community group, or if you're doing some good work with the rescue personnel, they're gonna take care of you. They're gonna put some water and feed you. Especially if you're dressed right and you have protective gear. You might be able to stay on the scene longer. And the reason I want to stay on the scene longer is because I might respond to a prepper's house and they're injured. I want to find them. I don't want the police or the authorities to say, hey, you got to leave, you're not dressed right, and this is unsafe. I want to stay as long as possible and help them, and then I'm going to go help the general community. And I'm not talking as a fire department personnel here, I'm talking as a civilian. All right, some things that I'm going to have in this bag so I can operate without really any support. Some baby wipes, good for keeping clean and important if you need to use the restroom. I have 2 pair of gloves, and as you can see, these are brand spanking new, and I hope I'll never get them out. I hope they never get used other than for some training. Leather gloves, if you're doing a wildland firefighting, leather gloves are good. If you're moving concrete or any type of debris, leather gloves are good. For general use, there's nothing that beats these that gives me a little bit more dexterity and more control. Definitely have a little bit of food, just some snacks to keep me going. This is the vest that I keep in here. It's a little bit lighter than this one, so that's what I want. Some goggles. Goggles are useful for wildland firefighting. If you're getting hit with tons of fire brads or embers and the fire's far away, this will protect your eyes better than safety glasses. I prefer safety glasses if it's general work, but if there's fire brads involved, I want something to protect my eyes from getting hit. Nomex. Nomex hood, very lightweight one, but offers a lot of protection. This is not like turnout gear. I'm not going to be in a position where I'm getting, I need turnout gear, but this is important too. This is the first aid kit. I'm going to do a review on this one. This is a general purpose IFAKS kit. This kit is for me. I'm not going to share this with the general public. If I go to a disaster and I know I'm going to need medical, I'll grab a medical kit and I'll work out of that. Or if I get on scene and I'm assisting local authorities, I'll work out of their kits. This kit is my kit. This is to keep me going. If I get injured, I can patch myself up and keep in the fight. Definitely gloves. If you're around any type of disaster, people are bleeding, people are injured, you do not want to get blood on yourself. Personal protective equipment is a must. Then there's a few other things that you're going to need. Marking tape for any purpose. If I was going to do a fire protective line around someone's house, I might go in there and flag it real quick so people that don't know what they're doing can simply follow my tagging and scrape the earth and try to make a fire break. This is sort of like a cotton, same thing, but I can write on it really well. Definitely a marker. I've gone with gold because everyone in the emergency services usually carry like black or blue. No one ever carries gold, so that way if I mark something and someone can recognize it, hey, that's probably one of those, somebody in the homesteaders group that did that. Definitely more chem lights. You might find a dangerous situation out there. You can crack that, put it on that location so if people walking by, they can see that dangerous location, at night especially. Multi-tool. Hopefully I'll have one on me, but if I don't grab it, I know I have one in here that I can take out of the pack and put on my side, so I'll have it with me. A whistle, very helpful in communicating. You can't scream for a long time, but you can sure blow a whistle. Probably one of the most important things is this. The reason this hand sanitizer is important, after you deal with people, they're bloody, they're dirty, you might have gloves on, but it's good to use this and definitely clean up. Or if I'm going to eat some food, it's not the best thing. Hand washing with hot water and soap is definitely the best, but this will work. I have seen on many occasions after handling a dead body, bring this out immediately after people take their gloves off. You might not be able to get right to a place to wash, but if you got hand sanitizer, use this liberally. People want to clean their hands. For some reason, I think it's psychological. It makes you feel better. So get it out, let people use it, and it's always good then to take that bottle around a second time. I think it's good for people. I've seen it firsthand. People use this, I think, more after handling dead bodies or very seriously injured people that have terrible injuries. So I've gone fast. This is your emergency response bag. You need to set one up just like you set up a bug out bag, a tactical bag, a get home bag. This is that bag that you can grab in a second. You might need to grab other things that go along with this, and I'm going to share what I have in my other bags. If there's a tornado, earthquake, you're going to need different equipment. So this is the basics. So I urge you, get this thing put together. So when you get that call at 2:37 in the morning, you can be dressed out the door in minutes and going to help other preppers and more important, our community, because we are our community. We need to make sure as preppers we can get out there and help people and spread the news that, hey, prepping's cool, prepping saves life, and there's nothing crazy about preppers. We're here to help the community. Thanks for watching.